Good afternoon all. In the last class we have studied what is query and how to create query in OpenOffice Base. There are two different ways to create query. First method using the wizard, second method in design view. The first method you already studied. Next we can study how to create query in design view. So there are total 8 steps to create query in design view. So step 1, first of all we want to open the database from which you want to retrieve the data. Second, click the queries in the database pane. Then double click create query in design view option in the task pane. So when you open, you can see a window like this. Then click on this queries option in the database pane, and this is the task pane, and here you can click the first option create query in design view. So when you click on this option, you can see a window like this, add table or query. So in this you want to select the tables on which you want to apply query. So there are 3 tables. So out of this I am going to select the employee table. If you want to add multiple tables, first you select the first table, then click on add button. If you want more than one table, click the second table, again click on the add button. Like that you can add multiple tables according to your wish or requirement. After adding, you can click on the close button. Then it will move on to step 6. So in step 6, a query design window appears like this. So this is the query design window. In this you can see 2 sections are there. First section is top section. Second one is the bottom section. In the top section you can see the selected tables. The top section will display the tables selected, and the bottom section displays design grid. Design grid consists of the following elements like field, alias, table, sort, visible, function, criteria, or. So field means it specifies the fields of the table. So for example, in the employee table the fields are ID, employee ID, name, salary. Then alias means if you want to give an alternative name for any field, you can give in this row, alias. Then third one is the table name. So here we have selected employee table. So the table name is employee. Next is sort. If you want to specify the sort order of various rows displayed in the query, whether it is ascending or descending order, you can specify in this row. Next one is visible. So it specifies whether the selected field will be visible in the query or not. If you put a tick mark here, it will be added or it will be displayed or visible in the query. Otherwise it will not be visible, means it will be invisible. Then next is the criteria. In the criteria you can, this is a criteria row. So if you want to give any conditions, you can specify the conditions in this row. Conditions like ID greater than 10 or ID equal to 10 or ID less than 3. Like that you can give any conditions in this criteria row based on the selected field. Also some other examples, if you have given if you are going to give a criteria on the field salary, the example is salary greater than 10,000 or salary equal to 50,000 or salary less than or equal to 30,000. Like that you can give the conditions on salary. And the next one is or. Or specifies multiple criteria to filter the rows into the query. Okay, if you want to specify more than one criteria, you can specify in the last row, that is or. After that you can see step 7, that is when you double click the field. So if you double click on any field here, employee ID or name or salary, automatically it will be added in the bottom section. We already mentioned there are two sections, top section and bottom section. In the top section, when you double click on any one field, it will be added here. So if you click on name field, it will be added here. If you double click on salary, it will be added here. After that, you can give the search criteria by clicking on the cell in the criteria row. This is the criteria row, and I am giving the condition as salary greater than 30,000. So this is a searching criteria. So after step 7, you want to click the run button given here. So when you click on the run button, you can see in the top section the query result is displayed. So all the employee details having salary greater than 30,000 is displayed here. So this is step 8. So that's all how to create a query in design view. So in the exercise, the second question is how to create a query in design view. So the answer is given. So just write down this question and answer in your notebook. Next, I will show how to create query in design view. First, click on application, Office, open Office Base and select the database. Then type the database name, employee. Then click on the save button. Now first of all we want to create a table, then only we can apply query on it. Now I am going to create a table employee having details employee ID, employee name, employee sex and employee basic pay, and change the data type also as number, and I am setting the employee ID as the primary key and I am saving the table as employee. EMP data, EMP details, then click on OK, then close it. Now we have a table employee details, so double click on it and enter some details. First record 100, Arjun, male, like that you can enter some records in that employee details table. 100, 101, 102, 103, 0 So I have entered 4 details. After that we want to save, then close the window. Now we have an employee details ready. Now click on the create query option, then click on add table and select the employee details. So it is ready here. Then double click on each fields, then it will be added in the bottom section of the design grid. So I have selected 4 fields. Next I am going to give the criteria like basic pay greater than or equal to 60,000. Then click on the run query. Then you can see the details of employees having basic pay greater than 60,000. Again I am going to change the query, the condition. I am giving employee name like A. So it will display the details of employee having name starting with A. So only 2 records have employee name starting with A. So that details will be displayed. Thank you.